Look at the weather.
It's beautiful here.
Non-stop rain.
Oh, man, it is a blazer out there.
It's cold and it's shivery.
It is cold.
It's really coming down here.
I really enjoy your weather reports.
From the All Indiana Podcast Network, we're talking weather in a whole new way. From historical events to what's coming up, plus weather news, science, safety, fun facts, and more.
I like where this is going.
This is Weather Weekly. Weather Weekly with Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Marcus Bailey.
Hello there, good to be with you. Meteorologist Marcus Bailey, Wish TV, Storm Track 8 in Indianapolis. And we're doing another special edition. You guessed it, it is another snow talk coming our way. We've got another potent winter system heading our way through the midweek. Could be the biggest snowfall that we have this year. Now, that's not saying a lot because we've only had a few snowfalls and they haven't amounted to a whole lot. It's been pretty bleak for much of this season. But I do think this could be a higher impact storm, but there is a lot to dissect and there's still some question marks. So I kind of want to walk you through all of the details that we know thus far. Again, we're bringing this to you on a Monday morning, the 23rd of January. This is a system that will impact us on the 25th on Wednesday. So there's still some time to kind of fine tune some of these changes, but we'll give you an update on what we expect. That's coming up next here on Weather Weekly. All right, it is Snow Talk here. The date, January 23rd, 2023, and we're focusing in on our next winter system that will be heading our way starting the 24th, the evening of the 24th, and going into the 25th. I think that's going to be kind of the main event here. So I'm going to give you the timing of what we know so far, and we'll give you full disclosure that there's still some question marks that we'd really like to answer here. Confidence isn't super high on snowfall amounts, but it is going to be an impactful storm. So let's break it down here. First and foremost, and those of you that have smartphone apps, the Storm Track 8 weather app, for example, got the alert early Monday morning. A winter storm watch has been placed for Wednesday for much of central and northern Indiana. It goes far south as the line to the south is basically Vincennes to Bloomington to Shelbyville to Connorsville. All right. Points south of there, not included in a watch right now. That's not to say that that won't change, but as of right now, not in a watch. The Indy metro area, all of it included, as are counties to the north of I-70. The exception will be far northwestern counties where there are no watches in place here for Wednesday. Again, watch is just kind of this leading, hey, heads up. Now, it's either going to get changed to an advisory, winter weather advisory, or a winter storm warning. All right. And that will likely happen at some point on Tuesday as we get more data coming in. So here's what we kind of know so far. This is going to be a very potent, large system. Okay. Bigger than what we had over the weekend in terms of moisture supply. And the way we kind of see this playing out is this system arrives as early as the evening hours on Tuesday. Now, I should mention on the 24th, on Tuesday, we're going to be warm enough, probably around 40 degrees through the afternoon and early evening, that as the storm system approaches from the south and west, we'll probably start things off as rain across our area. All right. And it'll go from south to north. We will flip the switch as we go into the overnight hours and colder temperatures kind of grab hold sometime during the overnight. Now, here's one of the issues that we're just not 100% sure on yet. When is that transition going to happen? If it happens fairly quickly, it could mean more snow. And a longer duration, obviously, of snow. But there's also the possibility that we could do a lot of back and forth here. Temperatures are going to be hovering right around freezing. And so you could have snow and then rain, and you could have a little bit of both. And so if you're mixing, or if you go a little bit of rain or a lot of bit of rain, that's obviously going to impact the snow totals down. All right. And so that's something that we need to iron out. So that could happen as early as midnight. Tuesday night into Wednesday, when we flip the switch to winter weather, whether it be all snow or it is a wintry mix or a little bit of a back and forth. Okay. I think also as we get closer to daybreak on Wednesday, we'll likely see a full transition of snow in parts of the state, especially where we have the watch. So along and north of I-70 as we see it now, and then just south of there, you're going to have kind of a mixture all day long, all morning long, I should say. And so your snow totals as we see it right now are probably going to be lower because of that mixture. This could be one of those situations where it's a very sharp cutoff from some significant amounts of snow to not much. Okay. And so that's what makes this forecast very difficult. That line has been fluctuating. And again, it doesn't take much to move that line, and it's drastically going to impact where you are. And if it happens setting up over the city, there's going to be some areas that could see a good amount of snow and some areas that don't see much. So again, very much subject to change. And I'm going to give you my initial forecast, but I'm going to go ahead and just say flat out, my confidence isn't as high as I would like as I'm recording this at 8:40 in the morning on Monday. But we have some time, and we're going to kind of fine tune some things. All right. So back to the timing here. Again, morning hours, you're going to have those snow showers in the Watch area in that I-70 corridor north through much of the morning, and then wintry mix south. And this will probably last through much of the morning. And then it kind of tapers off a little bit in the afternoon. I think we're going to have some scattered snow showers on the back end, and you could get some lighter accumulations out of that. But the bulk of the snowfall accumulation should happen overnight, Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, and then through the Wednesday morning drive. Okay. Now, in terms of snowfall totals, what I have initially, and it's a pretty wide range, all right, 4 to 8 inches of snowfall in the Watch area. That includes the Indy metro area. It would also include places like Terre Haute, Crawfordsville, Kokomo, Marion, Muncie, Anderson, all of Hamilton County. Tipton, you're included in that as well. Richmond, you're included in that. Lafayette, you're also included in that as well. Okay, now, I know that's a big, wide range here, and it's got a lot of room for error, but that's, again, just because of the uncertainties of the precip type, and the timing of everything and when that could occur, okay? But it kind of gives you at least a little bit of a broad brush. I think the southern third of the state, I've got it at 1 to 4. Same thing for the region up in northwestern Indiana, closer to Valpo and Gary and Michigan City, closer to Lake Michigan. You're probably looking at around 1 to 4 inches of snowfall. That would likely include South Bend as well. So this is our early stab at the numbers. I think what I'd rather you take away from this more than the accumulation here is the timing, okay? The timing's not going to be great because we'll have the snow flipping over, during the overnight hours, and it could be heavy at times for much of the overnight. And I think the potential is there for some heavy snow as we're waking up Wednesday morning as well. Obviously going to impact some school decisions for Wednesday, and it will most definitely slow down the morning drive on Wednesday at best. At best, even if we're a wintry mix, it's not going to be a fun Wednesday morning commute. If it is all snow, it's going to be quite hazardous, okay, at worst. So there's a lot of hazards there that you need to be aware of, again, for Wednesday morning. Wednesday afternoon will probably be problematic as well, but I'm cautiously optimistic that you're not going to have the heavy rates of snow falling during that Wednesday evening drive. Still probably pretty slow if you've got some of these scattered snow showers, but not as problematic as the Wednesday morning commute as we see it right now. Okay, so that's kind of the nuts and bolts for this particular event. Again, this is going to change potentially significantly if you even get a little bit of movement to where the center of this system moves, even by 20 miles or so. It could significantly change how much we're seeing of what. So make sure you're staying updated with the forecast. I know everybody wants to have that clear-cut picture. It's just not that system here. There's just too many question marks, but we do feel quite confident that it will be an impactful system for your Wednesday morning drive, regardless of how little or how much snow we actually see out of this system. So make sure you're staying updated. Of course, we will continue to update you here. We'll have another podcast coming your way on Tuesday, hopefully with some more clear information and a better understanding of how this system is evolving. Something to keep in mind, the system as we speak right now is centered over Arizona. It hasn't really gathered up any moisture or anything, so it's really only in its early stages. And so we're only now starting to get some sampling in the upper levels to work into some of those projections that we look at. So that will get better. And some of our really short range, high resolution models will start coming on board later this afternoon and later tonight, that we'll have more of a clear understanding of where we think we are headed as we go into Tuesday night into Wednesday. Of course, we'll keep you updated on social media as well with further updates. And Ashley Brown will be with you tonight on News 8 at 5, 6, 10, and 11 with updates as well. We'll wrap everything up here on a Monday morning. This is Snow Talk, Weather Weekly. Stay with us. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Weather Weekly, a special edition Snow Talk for Monday, January 23rd, 2023. Again, make sure you're staying updated with all of the forecasts. You can do that via our Storm Track A weather app, wishtv.com/weather, on air at Wish TV. Ashley Brown, chief meteorologist, will be with you at 5, 6, 10, and 11, and we'll be updating social media as well. You can reach out to me on social media anytime. Marcus Bailey Weather on Facebook and at Marcus Bailey on Twitter and Instagram, and I will be updating that frequently as well as we get more information coming in. We'd love to hear your feedback too. You can shoot me an email anytime, marcus.bailey@wishtv.com. Look for another Snow Talk update coming your way Tuesday morning to give you an update on where we are headed with this winter storm that will be here Tuesday night into Wednesday, the 24th into the 25th. While you're here, make sure to check out all the other great podcasts, part of the All Indiana Podcast Network. Have a great Monday. We'll talk to you soon. God bless.
Discover more from Storm Track 8 Weather and Wish TV. Online at wishtv.com and when you follow Wish TV on Facebook. Plus, be sure to check out more great podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.